Where am I?
You are in the Trilby Tour.
What do you want?
We want you to play in the pro final.
Whose side are you on?
That would be telling. We want you to play against the pros. Play the pros. Play the pros.
I'm an amateur. You can't make me play against the pros.
By hook or by crook, we will make you play.
Who are you?
I am William Hunt, and you are number 6.
I'm not a number. I'm a free man.
The Trilby Tour is hurtling towards the end of its 4th incredible season, culminating in the professional final here at the Buckinghamshire Golf Club, where the top performers from this year's amateur regional championships meet the pro finalists head on in the last day of Trilby Tour competition for 2010. In the pro ranks, Trilby Tour Hall of Famer Steve Cowell, the first ever professional winner, is back for another shot at the title he won at Stoke Park in 2007. In 2008, the pro title was claimed by former European Tour player Warren Bladen. He's back in 2010, looking to become the first player in the history of the Tour to make 3 consecutive playoff finals. The 2009 amateur champion turned pro after winning the title, and Charlie Lidgard is back at the Bucks to see if he can become the first ever amateur and professional champion. And Phil Archer is also looking for a first, to become the first player ever to defend a Trilby Tour title. The European Tour star heads up an excellent field of pros for the last event of this season. Also chasing the title, 2003 French Open winner Phil Golding, European Tour player Scott Drummond, former US PGA player Jamie McLean, the Governor Roger Chapman, and leading the Amateur Challenge, the man that won this year's International Amateur title here at the Bucks, Chris Dyson.
I think the first thing was I woke up this morning. The trophy was at the end of the bed, and it wasn't a dream, so yeah, it's really good. I just hope that my game holds up like it did yesterday, and I'm able to at least put in a performance I'll be proud of. Yeah, out in the last group with last year's champion, with Phil Archer, and obviously with Charlie, so really putting all the possible pressure you can on me. To be honest, I was much more relaxed yesterday. When I came out in the morning, I didn't feel I was really swinging it that well, but during the day, the confidence built and built and built, and I couldn't believe that I'd gone round 1 over for the day, which is the best round I played this year. And I just felt really sort of on my game, and I had a great caddy on my bag who was keeping me honest and telling me just to stay in the present, and the first swing I just completely was focused on the ball. Nothing around me was bothering me. I just stayed on my golf ball, and it made a big difference. Yeah. I have to say I watch an awful lot of sport, mainly golf on Sky, and you know, I saw this a couple of years ago, the inaugural event. I saw it looked like a lot of fun. I've carried on watching it, and then last year when I saw Charlie win it, I thought, you know, I really should try and get in and do this, and went on the waiting list. Finally got a place, and well, I'm here now. So it was great that I made it, and then really it was just down to making sure I stayed on the game that I brought out in the morning, and hopefully, if I did the right things, I would have a chance of winning it. And you know, the first drive went straight down the middle, and that's always a big relief when you're first to go. Coming out the 18th was quite unusual because I'd hit a good shot. I'd flown the green on the safe side, which was good because in the morning I put it in the water on the other side. And I knew I had a lot in the bag. I had 3 shots in my favour, and as long as I could make even a double bogey, I still had a really good chance of winning it. And so, you know, you talk about guys on tour and they're walking out the 18th and they can enjoy it. I suppose I had that buffer to think that this was mine as long as I just kept it sensible, and I was able to look around and try and take in some of it. You know, it was good. The chip on was pretty solid. I left myself the uphill putt, the easiest one I could have. Then Tony discussed it, and he reckoned it was just outside, I reckoned it was straight. And I still don't believe I actually got the ball past the hole. You see me putt. But I hit the first one pretty strong, and as I say, I marked it, my caddy was like, you know, mark it, don't put it in yet. So I put it down, I let the other guys finish out, and then, you know, I put the ball down. It was so close, I mean, it was almost impossible for me to miss it. So that was took a lot of the pressure off, so I just knew that all I had to do was just nice simple swing, and in she went, and then it was like, oh my God, it's done. I've won it. Amazing.
Some fantastic memories of a wonderful amateur playoff final from Chris Dyson. He'll be in action with the big guns later in the show. Meanwhile, out on the course, scoring was tough. The pin positions were tricky to say the least, and a swirling breeze was giving ample protection to the course. Even the Bucks' own Chris Roke couldn't go better than 1 under. Joining him in the clubhouse on that score was Andrew Richardson, one of a whole group of players that just got stuck on 1 under the card. The pros were being tested to the limit on this John Jacobs masterpiece of a course. It was Challenge Tour player Neil Rowlands that led the way for the early groups. Still out on the course and leading at 2 under, Rowlands, a committed mod and fan of The Who, needed to see for miles and miles and miles to follow this superb drive. The lean, mean Challenge Tour machine that is Michael Lowe joined his tour colleague Rowlands at 2 under. He was still out on the course, looking for scoring opportunities going into his back 9. That left 2 men at 2 under. Make that 3 though. Tom Reed may only have played a handful of Euro Pro Tour events, but the fledgling pro proved his worth, going 2 under after 9 holes. So a 3-way tie out on the course, but with plenty of talented players getting their rounds underway. After the break, we'll see how our Trilby Tour regional champions got on, having been thrown to the lions by William Hunt. And the big guns fire off their opening shots at this year's pro final. Phil Archer begins his title defence at the Bucks shortly, right here on Sky Sports. And can amateur champion Chris Dyson take it to the pros on a day when the last thing our 12 amateurs want to see is that? Find out who is heading for the top 4 playoff after the break.
Netflights.com, sponsors of the William Hunt Trilby Tour.